I think we've done quite a few videos in the past on stop drinking alcohol, I was going to say, but we've done those. On the instant gratification mindset. And that's really what we're trying to work on here. It's easier to try and solve a problem in the moment instead of thinking about things in the long term and trying to really solve the problem. When I was drinking, I knew that I could self-medicate if I had negative emotions or if I had negative problems or, looking at problems in a negative way. I could take a load of alcohol into my brain, shut down my brain to such an extent that I couldn't think anymore. So that was one side of it. And then the emotional side of it, maybe sometimes it used to exacerbate the emotions in the short term, but then eventually it would just knock me out, right? So you drink enough and it knocks you out and you don't have to think about it emotionally, but it does nothing for you in the long term in terms of overcoming of getting emotional control, of controlling your emotions. And I don't mean controlling them in the moment, I mean having control over your emotions long term, controlling your feelings in the moment, right? Controlling your thoughts in the moment. I mean, we talk about willpower. Willpower is just the component of self-discipline that happens in the moment, right? Self-discipline is something that you have. It's the skill, the overall generalized skill that you have, that that is just part of who you are. It becomes a part of your core person, your DNA, if you like. And it just becomes, the more you exercise self-discipline, the more it becomes, the stronger it becomes as part of you. But the willpower itself is exercising that self-discipline in the moment and saying, well, yeah, I feel like having this bar of chocolate now. I'm not going to have this bar of chocolate because this is not part of my diet plan or whatever. It's taking the decision in the moment and doing something else, right? Marshmallow test is, if you ever heard of that, we'll do a video on that, but it was an interesting thing that they did years ago with kids, and they were able to predict the outcome of a kid's life, whether a kid was going to be successful in life by whether or not they were able to control their emotions in the moment with marshmallows that were put in front of them. Really interesting. But like I said, this all comes back to instant gratification. If the willpower is the thing that stops you from giving into instant gratification, and for me, the alcohol, cigarettes, the overeating, I had so many different things. I had a gambling problem when I was younger. Luckily, it didn't last long. I got a fright earlier on, and that stopped me from doing that. But it's that instant gratification mentality. I want the buzz now. I don't care about the consequences in the future. So, that's another part of the work that we try and do, is to focus our minds on slowly extricating ourselves from that instant gratification mentality, slowly breaking it down and seeing how bad it is for ourselves, how bad it is for if you want to grow. I mean, for me, there's 5 things in life, right? There's time, energy, growth, health, and wealth, right? Or abundance. I don't really like the word wealth. Abundance in life. And the first 2 feed into so time and energy feed into growth. If you spend your time and energy well, then you're going to grow. And then the growth factor, the more you grow, the more you're going to have. I think if you're putting a lot of time into thinking about your health and growing in your health, then you will grow older and healthy. Healthier in your old age than you would have otherwise been if you spend your time and energy wrong, if you get what I mean. And then abundance is nothing to do with money. Money is a small part of it, maybe, but it's having the things in your life, the happiness, the joy, the happiness and joy. These are not things that are inside of you. They're things that they're reactions to the things that are outside of you, to the people around you, to the things that you're doing in life, not the things that you have. I think when you have people have Porsches and big houses and fancy watches and all that kind of stuff, it's always trying to impress somebody else, right? Because you're trying to change the way somebody else thinks about you. Anyway, look, I just wanted to talk about that today, about the instant gratification mindset, and that's what we're trying to get away from. Instead of focusing on the alcohol itself, right, which is part of the problem, alcohol is just a tool. We're trying to move on the opposite side of that and move away from the instant gratification. So take care of yourself, have a great week, and I will speak to you again in the next video. Onwards and upwards. Bye now.